Okay, so hear me out. And I'm hoping that you guys can hear me, but I'm back. So, I want to give you guys a brief update of what's going on. I feel like I don't want to like half-ass this video because it's been a while, but I do want to give you guys an update of what's happening. And I have one particular person who follows me on social media, and at this point, I think I probably follow her back. Who messaged me was like, "Get back on YouTube. Let us know what's going on." So, I want to give you guys a fairly quick update on what's happening, where I am in my psychiatric nurse practitioner career, and how things are going. Um, so first, let me say, for those of you who follow my channel, I passed my boards in October of 2023, and this is now May, soon to be June of 2024. I had a very difficult time finding my first psychiatric nurse practitioner job. And I got really discouraged. But at the same time, I am such a nurse entrepreneur. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go out on my own. I researched everything there was to research, and I did start my business, which I'm in my office right now. And I figure I'm not a brand new nurse practitioner, so what do I need? What kind of support do I need for me to be able to function as a brand new nurse practitioner physically alone? But let me put my support in place just like a new nurse practitioner who is working in an office, in a group practice or anything like that. So what I did, I legalized the business, create the LLC, did all the things. You get your EHR, you do all these things, right? And I found a collaborative physician through Collaborating Docs very quickly. So I did that, got my collaborative physician, and I created a support, a peer support group on WhatsApp. Also, I have a former classmate who I talk to literally almost daily, and she works for a bigger company, so we talk about cases and things like that. So to me, that is the same as having a collaborative physician in the same building as me, and a lot of nurse practitioners do not have that, even if they work for a big company. And also having my co-worker, just somebody else I can talk to, bounce ideas off of, and I created that support system for myself. What I will say, let me just a brief little tangent. My office is on a corner, so there's like a window, two big windows in the main road right there. So I have a lot of traffic noise, which I don't like that. But to me it's just a pretty office, so I wanted this space. But there is a lot of noise, so you guys might pick up on that. But anyway, so I did start my practice, and I feel like I'm rushing through this. Let me just slow down. So I did a lot of research on how am I going to get patients, how will I get credentialed. There's these platforms that call themselves billers, but really they're more than that. They're not just billers, because they have their own provider ID, and nurse practitioners, physicians, therapists are like contracted workers. Now, if this were just a billing company, that wouldn't be the case. You would be paying them for their service to bill, and they would, you would get a check directly from the insurance companies, but that's not what happens. I get a check from Growth Therapy. I get a check from Headway. I get a check from Alma. So these are the platforms that I'm on. But because of these platforms, I'm able to accept Cigna, Aetna, United Health, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, and I don't have the headache of trying to go get credentialed. I just have my patients sign up through those platforms, and I just describe those platforms as my biller, and I'm able to accept patients. So my goal to quit my pediatric job, which I was on for, several years, my goal was 40 patients, just 40 patients. And the reason why that was my goal was because when you are in business, one patient encounter for a new patient is between $200 and $300 for that hour. And a follow-up visit, which may be 20 to 30 minutes, it really depends. It could be shorter than that, truly. Just the actual patient encounter part, not the documentation and all that. I'm going to get paid definitely probably between $130 and $180 for that 20 minutes or that 30 minutes. So I did the calculations based on what I was getting paid for primary care, pediatric primary care, and what I'm going to get paid as a psychiatric nurse practitioner. And all I really needed was 40 consistent patients. And then a job fell into my lap. I was really frustrated. Like, my patient panel was growing, but it was growing slowly to me, and I really wanted to leave my pediatric job. So I went on Indeed, and I was just applying for psychiatric jobs. I'm going to be honest with you, I applied for I feel like it was 100 freaking jobs. Like, I was applying for all kinds of positions. And then I got to a point where I was literally applying for just family nurse practitioner positions because I really just wanted to stop this 2-hour commute, 2 hours there, 2 hours back to Orlando. I don't live in Orlando. I live fairly near Orlando, but the traffic is so bad. So I was like, I really want to stop doing this. And I almost forgot where I had applied because I applied so many places. And I received a communication from a addiction medicine company, and I really don't have any preferences on where I work. I just wanted it to be somewhere psych related, just to gain experience and for the pay. Obviously, I didn't get this far in life to have the same pay. Now, I know people like to say, oh, it's not about the money. Well, obviously it's not completely about the money, but the money is an important component. And it is for me, and it should be for anybody. So I went into this interview. Long story short, I went into this interview. There were 3 people there. For some reason, these people like me. I do not know why they like me, but they did. And apparently, I said the right things. So I was offered this job in addiction medicine, and it's awesome because I can go there really early in the morning and have the remainder of my day to be here, which is what I wanted. I wanted to stop working Monday through Saturday. I wanted a job that would allow some work-life, balance. And it's so amazing that I got my first psych nurse practitioner job, and I literally just started this week. So my private practice, my solo practice, I have the 40 patients. Some fall off because that's just the nature of the business. But I have a consistent 40 patients, and it's still growing. And I have this brand new job in addiction medicine. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that was just completely astonishing to me. And I feel like sometimes we don't know our value. We really don't. And it really took for these people sitting in front of me to kind of point out, you are a doctorate prepared, double board certified nurse practitioner. And it was honestly hearing that, and I was like, okay, maybe I am, I'm good. But when you're not getting callbacks and you're not getting, interviews, it's tough. So I will not divulge how much I'm getting paid per hour at that place. But what I will say, it is nearly double what I was getting paid as a family nurse practitioner, double. And it is the most money I've made per hour in my life. And I am sometimes just mind blown that I was offered this dollar amount per hour as a brand new psychiatric nurse practitioner. Even though I have experience as a nurse practitioner, I don't have experience as a psychiatric nurse practitioner. And for me to, and I'm gonna be honest, I turned down jobs in the midst because I felt like it just wasn't a good fit. I mean, one psychiatric job, I felt like they handled me very inappropriately, as if they were, I don't know how to put this, as if it was like I should be lucky that they want to hire me. And I was a little pissed off by it, to be honest with you. And it was not a good job offer. Complete non-compete for the entire state of Florida. Can't do that because I'm establishing my business. I have patients at this point. How am I going to do a non-compete? So I turned down that job, turned down some F&P jobs, and I decided that what I will do is I'll stay in pediatrics until I get a good offer, or until I build my patient panel, and that is what I did. I watched other people get job offers, people who I went to school with, in the program with, and they were getting job offers. They were starting work, and they were, starting to gain that experience, and that was not the case for me. I did see, and I follow a couple PMHNP, experienced PMHNPs on Instagram, and one of them, her name is Kirby, and she was saying that, this was many years ago when she became a psychiatric nurse practitioner, and she said even then, the job market was saturated, and it took 6 months for her to get her first psychiatric nurse practitioner job. So what I will say, if you are a student and you either planning to become a psychiatric nurse practitioner, or you are in the program, do not worry about people saying the market is oversaturated, because you have to consider there are people going into psychiatry, but there are also people losing their license, getting out of psychiatry, they're burnt out, they're passing away, who knows? You cannot believe that the exact number of people who became psych nurse practitioners, they're all still psych nurse practitioners. The industry is losing providers just as much as they are gaining providers. They may be gaining providers a little faster, but don't let people detour you by saying the market is saturated. They said it about nurse practitioners, family nurse practitioners, and it's somewhat true. They're saying it about psychiatric nurse practitioners, but the point is, it's been this way for a long time. I've been in nursing since 2003. 21 years I've been in the nursing field. And I have heard and I was a CNA before that, I've heard for 21 years these myths. They're going to phase out LPNs. LPNs can't work in the hospitals. Next thing you know, where are they now? They're in the hospitals. So you can't let the negative talk deter you. Also, people will say you should not start a business if you are a brand new nurse practitioner. Now, I understand that, and I somewhat agree. Now, what I will say for me is I am not a brand new nurse practitioner. I've been a nurse practitioner for several years, and I gained a second board certification to expand my scope. Okay, I'm so happy I did that, and I feel like it just really hit me this week, like with waking up and going to work in addiction medicine, where I went from needing to see about 30 patients a day in a very short, felt like a very short period of time, and to right now, what is considered a busy day is probably around 5 patients, and my pay double. I can't even really verbalize how amazing that is. I feel like I put in the work, and it is paying off. Holidays off, weekends off. The staff in the building are so close-knit, so nice, so accommodating. It's just, I couldn't have asked for anything better. I do feel like when it comes to the business, and honestly, that's a For any of you who are interested in becoming solo providers, that's a whole nother video because there's a lot that goes into EHRs, liability, the finances, all of that. And I will get to that eventually. But it has been busy for me. It's been tough on some occasions in 2024. So no, I'm not, as much as I love making videos on YouTube, it's hard to commit to this time. Even now, I was literally putting my purse on my shoulder to leave my office to run home to be mom and be wife before my husband goes to work. And I stopped because I thought about my follower, who I think I follow too now, and I thought about the message she sent me yesterday, and she was like, come back to YouTube. I do want to come back to YouTube, but in the big picture, it's hard to come back to YouTube all the time. And honestly, just I was sick, I had the flu real bad. I know this sounds like a lot of excuses, but life happens, and I do, I'm gonna show y'all, I literally have been planning to do YouTube. I have my stand there, I put a chair there, gotta set that whole corner up. So when I tell y'all, I have not forgotten about y'all, but sometimes it's getting the time, dedicating that time to do it, that's a little bit difficult. So I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me, and I swear to God, there's so much I have thought to tell you guys because I tested a few different EHRs and so much. I have had people ask me about the IV hydration course and whether I still do IV hydration. The course is still available. At some point, the platform did make some changes, and they limited how many students you can enroll, and you gotta pay them more money, which I didn't know, but I did, subscribe to that higher, plan or whatever, so more students can register. And no, I do not really do IV hydration anymore. I don't have the time. I have the capability to do it. If I want to, if I have a client that may be somebody who I've had in the past or something like that, yes, I can order whatever I want to order, perform whatever I want to perform. But no, that is not the bread and butter for me. If you have noticed that there is a serious decline in IV hydration businesses, if you are just a solo provider, the bigger businesses, they're making it, they're fine, but there's a decline. There's a decline in interest. There's a decline in I don't know. I guess there's a decline in interest from the clients and from entrepreneurs. People just don't want to do it anymore because there was a boom, then a bust, and that is what happens. That's what happens, and that's okay. You have to transition. I absolutely still do weight loss. I still do weight loss, and that course is still available too. I feel like the weight loss is more of a sustainable business than IV hydration. If you can combine both, that's fine, but I feel like you probably will have more clients that want the weight loss than the IV hydration. So that is still going. Semaglutide is not going anywhere. Not even just semaglutide. There's a few different GLP-1s now that you can order through compounding pharmacies, or even just through traditional pharmacies if the patients can't afford it. And those businesses are not going anywhere. And if you really think about it, anywhere, but if you really think about it, we've had Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, all those weight loss programs around for decades. Weight loss isn't going anywhere. But I do feel like the IV hydration, there was a huge boom and a bust. It's not going to disappear, but the interest has really gone away for providers and for patients. And that's okay. That's how business is. So for anybody asking, no, I don't do IV hydration full time. I haven't probably right before I started the psych program. I don't have time for that. I didn't have time. I barely had time for my family. So no, we're not doing that. But anyway, just giving you guys an update. Also, you know, I have been getting this year, and I am getting a lot of dental work done. And I don't want to be talking on YouTube with, you know, sutures in my mouth like I have right now. Teeth have been pulled in preparation to get my braces, and face hurting. Like, I love y'all, but I can't. You know, give a girl a chance. So anyway, I hope this audio wasn't terrible, and I will see you guys in another video. Thank you for hanging in there with me, and I hope this video was not in any way cringy. See you later. Bye.